Hand over your cell phones and grab your 2x4s because we watched Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. What's up, nerds? This is Nerds vs. Evil. I am your host, Jason, and I am joined by my amazing panel of co-hosts, starting with my lovely wife, Amber.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh.
My brother, the Halloween guy, creator, founder of the Higby Horror Haunt.
What's up, everyone?
Our father, Ken.
Hey, how's it going?
The only man I know that's wrestled a match in prison, Chris Martin.
Oil check.
So yeah, guys. So we're gonna start off with a little bit of a different segment this go around here. I'm gonna go through to each of you guys and just use one word to describe this movie. I'll start with Bub. Go ahead.
Rowdy.
All right, who wants to go next?
Wow.
I think I need a moment.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go next.
Shit.
Epic.
All right, I'm going. Embarrassing.
Cheesy.
Long.
Yes, I do have to say, Bub called me, actually, and he told me that it took him 2.5 hours to watch this 90-minute movie, and my response was, oh, good, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
I kept pausing this movie to see when it was going to be over.
That was what Amber was doing.
I paused it so many times just to be like, okay, this has got to be close. And it was like, I literally paused it 30 minutes in, and it said,
Me
still
too!
an hour left. And I go, you gotta be kidding me. How can they make this movie
I was like,
any
how is
longer?
there an hour left? They literally are already like majority through a plot line. Yes.
Almost put Love Object on.
So
At least you'd have that pretty piano music.
this movie took so long to watch for me because every time I would start to write something down, something else was happening constantly. Like through the entire movie, as soon as I try to write something down, boom, something was going on that I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down. And I think it happened twice, and that's when I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to start pausing it to catch up, like with everything.
You only had to. Most of those scenes were the same thing, just with different people.
All right, well, let's you guys ready to get into this?
Yes.
Hopefully, it won't take us 2.5 hours to get through.
No.
Okay, so this amazing movie begins with text on the screen that says, "The ring is the only place you can kill a man and get away with it."
True.
Right away, I knew somebody was going to get killed in the ring, by the way.
Pile driver.
So,
Tombstone from hell.
we're introduced... Oh, sorry. Go. Oh, yeah, sorry. We forgot your facts. Yeah, that was my fault.
Hey, here's a fun fact. You made out with your sister.
I know I'm like way out of focus here. Guys.
Go ahead, Amber. I'm sorry. Let's hear your facts.
Boom, 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 boom. All right. So, first fact. The writer and the director of this movie, Cody Knotts, plays himself as the commissioner in this movie,
Yes.
also known as Neckbeard. It was filmed in Charleroi, Pennsylvania, with an estimated budget of $230,000. Smaller budget than Love Object, but
I don't believe it.
Yeah, but at least Love Object had a $10,000 animatronic lady in it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And a plot.
That's why.
And Rip Torn.
And Rip.
Rip Torn. Yeah, but you would think, like, with all of the heavy hitters in this movie, that it would have cost a lot more to make.
Oh, please.
One word. Embarrassing.
It has a 14% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. No critics have rated this movie. 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb, but a 70% based on Google users have rated this on Google. Its tagline is "Good Old American Violence." There was supposed to be a video game that was supposed to accompany this movie, but I couldn't find anything on that.
Wait, that's all the tagline was?
Good Old American Violence.
Wow.
There's more coming.
No, that's it.
Oh, that was just the thought process during the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fun fact, Roddy Piper put a stuntman in the hospital after repeatedly hitting him in the head with a pot.
Nice.
I know. I remember that part too. Yeah.
That gives the movie some credibility there.
Yes, and the stuntman was given the pot as a gift.
That's all right. That was a good fact.
That's all I got for facts.
Good job. That was a good way to end that one.
That is good. That
Yeah.
was good.
Good job, Amber. So now we go to the summary of the movie. The text that comes up: the ring is the only place you can kill a man and get away with it. And then we enter the arena with nobody in the arena, and they've piped in this loud, like, crowd sound in the arena, and you can tell that there's not that many people there.
Well, I was sitting there going, was that Hilmar?
I thought the same thing! That looks like the house show that you went to.
I think Hilmar drew a bigger crowd.
I think
Right?
that might be
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So after we see the arena, we see a wrestler who we know as Billy is making out with a girl, and Shane Douglas, like, sees them, and he's clearly pissed off about it. And that's my next note I wrote. After that intro, I think Shane Douglas may kill this guy. My next note: Billy is dead.
I knew! Jesus, Billy is dead!
They literally say it when the camera goes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Billy is dead.
Yes. Which, another thing, this movie almost had, I think every single person had to go in to do audio, like, touch-ups, because
There was
the
only
entire
one
movie was
scene.
dubbed.
There was
Oh, yeah.
only
Oh, yeah.
one scene that it
Tons of
wasn't dubbed,
ADR.
and it was at Shane's house with his family. That was the only scene that wasn't dubbed. The rest of the movie was dubbed.
I don't know why.
Wow.
I wonder why. I wonder if the
Yeah.
prison had, like a loud, like, reverb on the, like, or echo or something.
Echo, maybe.
Because it was
Oh.
empty. The whole place was empty.
Right. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. So yeah, Shane Douglas and Billy are having a match, and Shane gives him a pile driver, which breaks his neck.
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Yes, you're right. Tombstone pile driver. And that's what kills Billy. And it's terrible. They cart him off, and the screen goes dark, and you hear a woman go, "Billy's dead." That's how they announce that.
That's when the movie should have ended.
And then we're introduced to the bookers. What was his name? Cody Knotts.
Yeah.
Cody Knott.
Cody Knotts, and who we later find out his name is Angus, are coming up.
Called him the Irishman.
Yeah, I did that for a while too. I actually just called him.
These people I had just nicknames for because I never learned their names.
hmm
Yeah,
I was like, Billy's
Or didn't
lackey.
want to.
I don't mean to jump.
Yeah.
I don't mean to jump the shark for our listeners, but I was just calling him Billy's brother on my notes because I didn't know his name.
I didn't even know it was his brother up until a couple scenes later. I have it as Billy's lackey.
So
I didn't
Brib-
even
he's
know. I didn't know
bribing
what the fuck was
Neckbeard.
going on the entire.
Angus is trying to get a wrestling show booked at a private venue, and all he wants is Shane Douglas and the girl that Billy was making out with. That's all he wants.
Parker.
And then we're introduced to Cody Knotts, who is the worst booker of all time. This Angus hands him an envelope filled with cash and says, "I just want Shane Douglas and this girl." And he goes, well, let me throw in Rowdy Piper, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we'll give you Kurt Angle
Matt Hardy and
his
Yeah.
wife Rebby, and
this guy.
why would he do that? He just wanted shit.
Cash.
Yeah,
Boost up the brand.
I guess that's terrible booking.
$5,000 is what
I
he paid
wr-
for all this.
I wrote
Company was.
worst booker in the world, and by the way, he only gave him $6,000. That's how much he gave him.
Was it 6? I thought it was 5.
My note says payoff scene. This guy makes Eric Bischoff look like a god.
Yeah, I mean he's terrible. Like, yeah. So after that, we're introduced to a nurse who's looking in a mirror, and it breaks. Now at the moment you hear from a body bag behind you, and you think, oh, there's some supernatural shit going on.
There's even black smoke coming from the broken mirror.
Yeah. So you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, what is this? Billy.
That's not what I was doing. I was on the edge of my seat.
And then all of a sudden you find out it's not even Billy. It's a guy playing a joke on her. So why did the mirror break? Why did the black smoke? Makes no sense.
Exactly.
Well, just to interject, as a healthcare worker, that shit does happen. We do that shit.
Off of Gertie's like that.
Yeah.
So on my notes, because I did not know Angus's name at this point, I said the rich dude kidnaps a nurse. Because that's what happens, is Angus comes around the corner and kidnaps the nurse.
Her name's
And we see the future bus driver just hanging out.
Yeah, it's so weird. He's just out there,
Who was that guy?
Yeah,
I don't even see him way later.
No. So then the next scene is Angus is performing a sacrifice on the nurse, and what he does is he cuts open her chest and eats her heart. But before he does that, he he looks at a picture of Billy and starts crying.
I wrote that.
And that's, I mean, you kind of figure when you see it, you're like, okay, he's clearly his brother or something, and yeah, you find out he's Billy's brother, and then the nurse comes back to life as a zombie.
Okay, but did anybody take note of them using the exact same Jello stuff that they used in Clownado?
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Yes, I did notice that right away as well.
Yeah.
And I was trying to.
But the Irishman kidnaps her outside of the hospital in broad daylight.
And nobody's there. Did you notice? There's no cars in the parking lot. It's the most empty hospital in the world.
Never drops his cane or nothing. Just use one arm.
Yeah, he has the Wolfman cane too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
Once she becomes a zombie, that chick moves fast.
yeah, so then in the next scene, she's in somebody's house. Is that supposed to be her house?
I have no idea.
She's in somebody's house, and these 3 guys show up at the house.
They're supposed to be
And-
wrestlers, and they show up at this house, and the zombie nurse is dancing to rock music.
So she bites 2 of the
It was
guys.
so bad.
She bites 2 of the guys, and this part I laughed out loud on right here. After she bites 2 of the guys, another guy hauls ass and just dives through the sliding glass door.
Oh, yeah, he got messed up. Too. You can see
It was so funny because it's he didn't even try to open the door. He just
Booked it.
yeah. It reminded me of that scene on Transformers when the cops show up and the guy just breaks through the window. Oh man, yeah. I thought that was really funny.
Irish guy somehow has super strength.
I know,
He
I
rips
was
a
like-
freaking light out.
Well, he's made a
Yeah.
deal with that ghosty goo guy.
So
Yeah.
Shows up and
Brother, Ghost Billy.
yeah, and
Uh-huh.
at this point, I have in my notes. I'm gonna do this every time. This is where Amber fell asleep.
wow, that was fast.
She was out quick.
That was the fastest yet.
So then, like you guys said, Billy's brother has super strength and rips out a lamp post, hits this guy, and this guy does the Chris Farley Black Sheep down the mountainside, like just like rolling. You can see the end of the hill, but like they like keep cutting the camera to make it look like he's rolling further and further.
I also need to bring up too, at this point we have no like hint or anything to say
What's
that
going
Billy
on?
was into the supernatural or anything like this. But
Right.
somehow he could just be a ghost and telling his brother what to do.
Yeah, and give him powers. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really confused why they didn't get Seamus to play the Irish guy.
Dang.
Actually,
that
you know who would have?
interesting.
No, you know who would have been a really good cast for this is
Famous.
no, not Seamus. He was a manager for Abyss. I can't remember his name.
Finley.
He used to wrestle in WCW too. He had like crazy like eyebrows that like looked like little. He would have been a great. I can't think of his name. It's gonna bug me. Anyways, so now the other wrestlers have become zombies, and they go out there and they help the nurse take out this dude who's breaking through windows, rolling down hills, and they give him a 3D zombie bite, which I thought was kind of cool. After that, we get
There's nothing cool.
after that,
Hey, it's his pick. Let him dream.
5 stars, guys.
Oh my-
After this, we're treated to breakfast at the Douglas household.
This is actually his family too.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Was it?
I have no doubt.
Yes, it was. I watched the credits.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I don't really have any notes on this other than his nephew. Like, you can tell that they're pretty close. He acts
That's
like
my
he's
damn
gonna
heart.
take his nephew on with him to the wrestling show, but then he's like, "Oh, you got to stay here and protect the family." When his nephew goes back inside, the zombies have eaten all of the family members. And-
where were they to get in, and who couldn't hear that?
Dad,
The
we don't
house was, like, destroyed.
we don't worry about
We
that
had
kind of
headphones
stuff.
on.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
You're questioning this. A dude just ran through a glass window. You don't think the zombies would do that?
No, but how come? But you would have thought that the franchise would have heard his house being destroyed.
Probably
I mean,
not.
as far as I
Your
was
family
concerned, all this
attacked
took place within like less than a quarter-mile radius. That's why they were able to just run around in between everything.
Oh, so like it was. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Except for that,
oh, it's-
take a bus somewhere.
no, I'm gonna throw a hole into your whole theory right now. Except for at the other house, green grass. At this house, snow. So they were not close, dude. They were not close.
Oh,
How did I miss that?
You're right.
different time
I-
periods.
so then- So now Shane's talking to Cody Knotts, and Shane Douglas has a quote that I absolutely loved, and I thought it was really funny. He goes, "Who wants to throw a private gig at a prison?" I thought that was really funny that he at least was like bringing it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is your movie, dude. You do.
And then, and then after that, we see Shane Douglas is like going towards the bus, and that's when we get to see Rowdy Piper. And I do have to say, it is good to see Rowdy Piper.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Not in this movie.
And then we're introduced to Sarah, who is a marketer, and she's going to be, I guess, the marketer for the wrestling company.
She's let in by the 70s porn star.
Yeah, I didn't even get that guy's name. I actually don't think I have any
Did he have
notes
a
for this guy.
That was the guy in the blue shirt, the little skinny guy.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Well, hang on. I want to talk about the fact that Cody Knotts told Shane that he is better than Vince and Paul.
Oh,
Shane believed him.
yeah.
Yeah. Just give me that cash. Make sure I have cash.
Yeah.
I got the cash.
Yeah, I want that cash, dude. So then the wrestlers all get on the bus, and that's when we're introduced to Matt Hardy, who's just like letting his wife, letting his wife like kiss his neck, and he looks at it's Taya, right? The other
I don't
gal.
remember if it was Taya or Sarah that he was talking to.
He looks over at her and goes, "You want to get in on this?"
It was the girl in red, the one that Shane Douglas is going after.
Then that was
The
Taya.
one that Billy was with in the locker room.
All right.
So the
That was
blonde
Taya.
that Matt was with on the bus was not his girlfriend. It's a different girl.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh shoot.
She
Yeah,
looks-
I didn't realize that until the credits. I was like, it was like girl on bus with Matt. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh.
I saw that too.
So so now like Rowdy Piper and Sarah like start to bond a little bit on the bus. I mean nothing too crazy. Like he basically just says like let him know if Shane is like being a dick essentially. And
Okay, so can I be honest? I was getting like nice grandpa vibes. But it turned out that this was actually like supposed to be a love connection.
Between Roddy and Sarah?
Yes.
Yes.
And that made me uncomfortable because he was like nice grandpa giving advice vibes.
That's
There's a
awesome.
lot to be uncomfortable about with this.
clearly you haven't seen the Piper in action.
I mean, he was the best actor.
Rowdy.
So I did write down here, Piper in the pizza parlor was great.
So we're that's the next part is so the wrestlers all stop at the pizza parlor and Shane the girl Taya tries to sit next to him and Shane just pushes her out of the booth onto the ground and Sarah laughs so Taya throws water on her and she
Runs off to the bathroom.
she runs off to the bathroom and Piper he's so badass, dude. he just doesn't he look at him and say what the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he yells
Taya.
at her, saying
Yeah.
that twice.
Yeah.
Then he spits on her,
Yeah.
and then gives her the finger.
Yeah.
And walks off.
And then doesn't he so then he says, I like my women natural. That's what he says.
Yep.
So now the wrestlers are back on the bus and they arrive at the prison. The driver has to tell them all the rules. The matches are not predetermined.
Wait. You skipped something.
What?
You skipped the band being attacked by the horde of zombies. With
'Cause I
no
did.
context.
Where did all the zombies come from?
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
That was it.
That's literally all you have, but it was a scene, and for some reason it was there. So
Yes.
please continue.
Yeah.
Supposedly, this prison is supposed to be empty, yet some of the zombies were wearing prison outfits.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I put. Where did all the new zombies come from?
So
They ran there.
yeah, so the driver is telling them the rules. Matches are not predetermined. If they win, they'll be rewarded, and now they have to give up their cell phones. And that's when Piper, at this point, right now, Piper's next line is, "Holy shit, where are you taking us?" They're already at the prison. And then the bus driver comes over to Piper, and asks him for his cell phone. He goes, "I don't have a cell phone."
If I did, I wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah, I wrote, Piper's so badass.
Rowdy.
Yeah,
Uh,
hell yeah, hell yeah. Now this
Does
is
anyone else think that this jail looked like the same one from The Walking Dead?
yeah, it did. It almost looked like the Universal set actually.
But it did not look like a jail from outside.
No, it looked like
No.
Like
it
a
looked
place in
like
England.
a mansion or something.
yeah, it's kind of tough because everything was filmed in West Virginia.
so. The wrestlers enter the prison, and Hacksaw's already in there. Like he's just in there. Like, what the hell? Like, and then Sarah sees blood, all over the stage and everything, and nobody seems to care about this. How was Hacksaw there and the zombies, he just, missed that whole thing?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Jesus.
Well, that's when
Um,
Creepy Stash walks up and like
Licks
picks it up and licks it.
yeah,
Cornstarch.
cornstarch. Yeah.
And that's when
Told her not
that's
to
the
screw
guy
this
has
up.
the guy has his name thing that says Taz Jaguar.
That's the bus driver.
That was the bus driver was Taz Jaguar.
Yeah. And that was the last time we see Taz Jaguar. We don't even see him again.
Yeah, we don't see him again.
You probably do. It's probably a zombie.
So now that like everybody's there, Matt Hardy is just like just trying really hard to get laid. He's like, you know what? We're gonna sneak off into the music room,
The chapel.
and we're gonna try and get freaky.
Dude, what about the fact that Sarah takes Creepy Stash and takes him in the storage room?
I know.
Right.
I chose not to like acknowledge that because I don't get it. Like she's like in two instances she's treated like almost like a girl that just hooks up with everyone, because it's like almost like also perceived that she hooked up with Cody at the beginning.
Right.
Like the way they do that, and then this guy, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of what's going on. So it's a little weird. I don't quite get what they're trying to get at here.
Well, she obviously was hanging out with the two worst guys.
Yeah. Did you, Chris? You had something to add or what?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. So after we see Matt sneak off, at this point, Kurt Angle shows up to come in on the side door.
All right.
Where
so
is everyone? It's
now
supposed to
I
be
have
surprise.
now I have something to add, because Kurt Angle is one of my favorite wrestlers, and I thought this movie was gonna get good at this point,
Yeah.
and it got worse.
Well, so as soon as he like walks in, like Bub said, that's his line. That's the line. And then all these zombies just like come like barreling towards him, and he just like
And once again, out of nowhere,
out of nowhere. Yeah.
I don't know.
tons of zombies are there.
It was
Um,
like Randy Orton was there and giving RKO's out of nowhere.
yeah. He break.
I made a note saying, at this point, I'm wondering, why aren't any of them wondering where's all the staff members? Like, they're just openly wandering this prison, like, picking up the band instruments. Like, there's no band, but
Yeah.
we're just wandering around.
Well, and then the other thing too is Angle walks in through the side door. They could have left. They could have turned and went out the door.
He tried. He couldn't get out. The door was locked.
Oh, so somebody that was Taz. Taz Jaguar locked the door.
No, it was Angus and Bill.
So Kurt breaks one. He's like trying to fight off the zombies. He breaks one of their necks, puts one of them in the ankle lock, and rips off their foot.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
Ankle lock ever.
He actually gives one of them the angle slam. And
Angle was a great zombie.
well, so then Billy's brother Angus like kind of like distracts Angle to where he ends up getting overtaken by the zombies. And after
It's nighttime now at this point.
right.
We cut to outside and it's pitch black.
Yeah. So it's been hours. So now the next scene is a door opens and all the zombies run in, led by Kurt Angle, who, by the way, his makeup is the best zombie makeup in the movie. Nobody else's was even close. He had, it looked like claw marks ripping his scalp open, and there was like a chunk hanging off.
When he was in the ring moving around, it was moving around and everything. It was like
Yeah, and so Kurt looked good.
My note is why couldn't the zombies get in the ring other than Angle?
Okay.
Because
Hacksaw had that.
yeah, Hacksaw had the 2x4. He was holding it down,
He
dude.
was just
That's-
hitting the freaking ropes with it.
But you know what? We
Just
just
see him going. Yeah.
I wrote
Yeah.
Hacksaw's going crazy, keeping all the zombies out of the ring.
but now we have our answer why none of the zombies went after him before, dude. He had his wood. That's why. He was in there by himself with his 2x4. None of them would go near him. That's why they wouldn't go in the ring.
Wood.
True.
At this point, we see, I think his name's Thomas Rodman. He gets taken out.
yes.
Oh, Dennis Rodman? Yeah.
And then Piper, Duggan, and Shane Douglas are all fighting Angle in the ring. And that's when they hit Kurt in the back of the head with the 2x4. It's the last time we see him. I'm assuming he's done after that. And that's when.
Note down here about a nice huddle. Didn't they do
Oh
that?
my god.
Oh, yeah. That's I think that's after they get out of the ring. Yeah, that's after they get out of the ring.
Okay.
Because I said the girls and that creepy dude and the muscle guy are somehow staying safe in a corner.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just see Sarah going.
Yeah. So, Angus makes an announcement, and that's when Shane sees his family come walking into the arena, and they're all zombies. I skipped a lot after that because I didn't mention the huddle, but yeah, they all get together in a corner. The zombies are not coming after him for some reason.
Gets
No.
in there. They have plenty of time for a huddle.
How could you not mention the huddle, dude?
I don't know, but you know what it is Shane, Hacksaw, and Piper get out of the ring, and Hacksaw leads the way with his 2x4, and they run through the horde of zombies. That's how they get out of the ring and to that corner that they're magically protected.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You know
before
what
it. Go ahead.
You know what that reminded me of? Instantly. Disneyland. Remember in California Adventure? All right, guys, let's huddle up.
Yep,
All
let's
right,
huddle up.
guys.
Huddle up, guys.
Let's huddle up, guys.
I don't even know what their plan was. I don't recall any of that. Do you guys?
They just the creepy staff guy just kept saying we need to run away.
Okay, yeah, there was no plan, right? Like, I didn't think so.
So they go to run.
The one chick says that they are in Moronville.
So
Then they break.
yeah, and then they find a door off to the side that they'll just run to.
Except for Dredz. I thought Dredz was gonna get drilled.
Yeah, I did too, but he didn't. He makes it.
Yep.
And then they're running through this tight hallway, and I didn't get this guy's name, but
I just put muscles.
that's a good name. Or call him Reboot. That's down the road. That's Jumping the Shark.
I call him Royd.
This guy picks up a zombie and just rips him in half, and like guts and blood fall all over him, and then I don't know why this shot seems so unnecessary. He goes to walk away and they show his feet and him slipping on the guts. And that was all the shot showed. And I was just sitting there going, I wonder what the choice was of that, because it was funny.
There was a weird throbbing sound when it was focused on the guts too.
It's the legs were still moving on the body.
It was a good intestine shot, though.
It was. The
Looked like hot dogs.
The guts looked good. I did like this. This was funny. They end up in the same room as Matt Hardy trying to get laid. It was pretty funny. They pull the sheet off and he's got his pants down. I like that. So then they barricade the door.
Of course you like that, you
I
weirdo.
did write down after that. I said, "Nice job, Matt."
Yeah, nice job, Matt.
My God.
Which, it's been hours. Remember this. So it's been in there for hours.
Yeah.
Trying to get laid.
Hey, he could have gone more than once.
That's true. That's why he's V1, dude.
So what about the part where Angus is randomly, slowly walking in the middle of the ring with the green nurse for no fucking reason?
I wrote that
No
too.
reason at all.
Laugh out loud. What? after that happened,
Exactly.
there's no point.
No.
There's a lot of that I've noticed in this movie.
A lot of things that just
So at this point, they're in there, and Piper's trying to figure out what's going on. Like I need you to level with me, and that's when Shane tells Piper that he killed Billy in the ring. Hacksaw tries to defend him and say, no, Billy didn't tuck his head in.
Right.
And, it was a fluke thing that happened. So now I actually put LOL on here because this made me laugh so hard. The guy barricading the door, it's the muscle guy. The muscle guy.
guy.
Reboot.
About the rip.
Yeah. He's
You forgot about them going to the locker that was full of
Hang on.
weapons.
That's after
the
this.
one locker that had everything in it, yeah.
That's after
This
this.
is good. Hang on.
So he's got the barricade up and he says, "Guys, help me. Help me." And like a group of people go over there to help him. And then like right after they get there, he goes, "No, I got this."
Got it.
And did you notice?
Hey, Roddy stayed with him.
Did you notice that his trunks were ripped right on his
Yeah.
ass crack?
No,
No.
I didn't notice that. But then
Yeah, they're totally ripped.
this made me laugh too. Is after he says, "I got this," and the rest of the wrestlers just leave. They're like, "Yeah." Matt Hardy yells back, "You got this."
And this is when Sarah became just a zombie hunter apparently this whole time. And
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was my next thing. Is like, who put the chick in charge?
She kind of became a badass. I put a note here.
It
Then
goes-
Sarah becomes badass.
So everybody was jumping down into that little that stairwell thing, and then it shows Matt Hardy hanging there for a while.
It's because he's bow-legged, dude. That's why. Yeah, they so like Chris said, they find this locker and there's like magically weapons for everyone. It's like a video game that like they scored on. Here's everything you need, you know. And yeah,
it was like she knew this was gonna happen or something. Like I'm like, how is she playing this like victim that has to like sleep with people to like get their apologies to all of a sudden she's like a zombie and a badass.
yeah, I don't know.
And I did put that down here that never would have happened.
Yeah.
running the show.
Um,
And her sword was like a half an inch thick. You could see it was like a big giant piece of cardboard or something.
yeah.
It was so bad. It had no edge on it whatsoever.
So like Chris was saying, yeah, everybody jumps down off this ledge to go down to a lower level, but Matt Hardy's hanging there for like a long amount of time, and then he drops down, hurts his leg, so he's limping away. He reaches a point where he's fighting off the zombies, and it's almost like
Like he's not limping anymore.
he's not limping anymore. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much detail we want to get into about the fight because I don't think a whole lot happened in this until he like fights off this pretty decent horde of zombies. He makes it out of there, and he gets away, and you don't see anybody following him. In the next scene, they hear him on the other side.
Happens a lot, so be ready.
Yes. You hear him on the other side of the door, "Help, help, help." They open the door, and they try to pull Matt in because he's on the ground, and he gets...
Wait. You missed something that was important.
Is it important?
Yeah, so the part where he wrapped the chain around his hand, jumped
Oh.
down, and Jello brains.
Oh yeah, that was important.
Yeah,
Very
that
important.
changed the whole dynamic.
Hey, he
Are you
laughed
sure you
at
weren't?
another-
Are you sure you weren't
another
asleep for
scene.
that part?
It
Yeah,
was important enough for me to write it down.
yeah,
It made him last another scene.
yeah.
Did.
So then...
When he was climbing on the outside of the.
He's on the wall. The other guy was going after him.
So then Matt gets ripped in half, and then after he gets ripped in half, he bites Rebby, and then that's when Duggan kills Matt with the 2x4, and Sarah kills Rebby with the machete.
Right.
I
Said Sarah turns around and cuts her head off with a machete. I think
yeah
because it just cut off. Like the clip just cuts.
yeah. You're not exactly sure what's going on. So, this next scene that I have wrote down is really funny. Shane and Hacksaw are like having this like heart to heart moment, and Hacksaw's like, "Hey, I trust you, man. You know, if anything happens, you need to call my wife." He's like, "Dude, nothing's gonna happen. I've been in the business with you this whole time, and I love you, man. I love you." And then the zombies come around the corner, and Douglas just bails, and Hacksaw's like, "Oh,"
Door on him.
and he goes to run, and he locks Hacksaw out of the room he's in. So,
I thought he was gonna make it, dude. I thought he was.
yeah, I kind of was like, oh, maybe he'll make it, and because he kept fighting, like all the zombies like surrounded him, and he like went down, and then he like popped up and like was fighting them a little bit, and then you just see his hand go up with the blood on it.
And then he does it again in the next after that. So,
Well,
right.
because and that brings me to this point. At this point, where the hell is everyone? Because it was like just
Yeah.
Shane and Hacksaw, but somehow zombies got in between them, and he shuts the door on Hacksaw, and then all of a sudden Dredz is with Shane. I'm like, where the hell
Yeah.
are these people all
The-
at?
You're right. At this point, and I think so. I have it a couple notes down, but I'm going to bring it up now because you did. I'm starting to notice that the cutscenes are not matching up, like at all.
No.
There's some issues with all of that kind of going through.
That was my next thing too, because I had Shane, no blood on him, and he was all cleaned up after he had blood all over.
Yeah, like that happens a lot in this. Is the cutscenes like are not? It's not really well cut
They
together.
got blood all over. The next scene, their clothes look like brand new pressed, no blood.
Oh, really? So, Shane then locks the long-haired guy in an area with zombies. I don't even know what that means. I don't even remember that part.
He locked himself in the cell block and he pushed Dredz out.
That's yeah.
And that's when he tells them jobbers die, not main event.
Not main eventers, yeah. Yeah.
And then Dredz goes all parkour and dodges them all again.
Yeah.
Badass.
Now this is this is why I also talk about the cutscene, is because after this, the stairwell scene I said has confused me. You hear Shane, but you don't see him. How did he get there? He was locked in. I mean, it all goes back to that's where I wrote like the cutscenes are not really lining up here. Taya and Shane they leave the group because they think they're better off. And then they get into an argument, and that's when Shane basically like admits to her that he did kill Billy on purpose. It was not an accident. She gets
It was her fault.
Yeah, he said it was her fault. So then she goes.
Shouldn't have been cheating.
Yeah, she goes back to the group magically. I don't know how that like whole thing happened.
She opens up
one door, and she's right there.
And then tells the group about what Shane confessed.
So now Shane goes in. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she tells everybody that Shane admitted that, he killed Billy on purpose. Now Shane goes into a room where there's a monitor that he's looking through. The monitor is shown on the video, and it is off. It is unplugged. There's nothing on that screen, but it's showing it like he's looking through it. Jesus Christ.
And that's when we see Dredz get eaten.
Dredz gets eaten. Yeah.
Dredz is gone.
So now Piper, there's some gal in a suit. I don't even know who that was. She's still part of the group.
She just came out of nowhere.
I don't know who she is.
She's got to be part of the wrestling hierarchy team.
Something like that. Sarah, long-haired dude with the mustache, and Taya. They're all together. The zombies start coming after him, and Piper says like he's going to hold off these zombies so that they can get away. This is the scene Amber talked about, because Piper like starts fighting these guys, and he does bash a guy in the face with a freaking the metal pan.
Pan, yeah, that's what he drilled. Yeah.
And don't forget to mention at this point, bagpipe music.
I have that on here. Killer fight music with bagpipes.
Finally.
And then this is pretty cool. A little nod for wrestling fans on top of there's being wrestlers in here. He takes a coconut and smashes it over the head of one of the zombies.
Yep.
So that was a cool little thing. I do like when he's fighting the zombies, he bites one of them and says, "See, how do you like it?"
I thought it was Rodman.
Piper is such a badass. Piper's a
Locked
badass.
him in a cooler with a pencil.
Yeah, what is the line about the pencil supposed to mean?
I don't know. He said, "I never have."
The first time I had a pencil.
Pencil in the freezer.
Yeah, I don't know.
First time I had a pencil is what he said, and I'm sitting there like,
Yeah, I'm not
Gotta
sure.
be a wrestling reference.
I think so,
That
possibly.
he put Rodman in the freezer. And that guy actually played himself, so that's kind of scary.
So at this point, oh, it's starting to have an echo. Is it gone? Okay, yeah, it's gone. Porno stash guy sacrifices Taya and the other girl.
Where's Sarah at?
Yeah, like she's randomly not there, and I was worried I missed something because I was like, I don't see Sarah. He basically like offers up Taya and this other girl so he can get away.
Dude, she sees the wheelchair and she says, "Oh, finally I can sit down." Like, what?
It's the first thing you think of running from zombies. I can finally sit down now, guys.
I love it. Yeah, he pushes her like into the crowd, like, and then he crawls on top of all the zombies somehow.
Yeah,
and it's just crawling over the tops of them.
yeah. I have no idea how that happened, but so and then it shows like clips of him running and clips of Sarah like fighting some of these zombies, and then porno stash. Amber brought something up when she was watching earlier, so I'll let her say it. He's kind of running around with his brass knucks. Go ahead, Amber.
70s dude, my notes say, 70s dude runs down these stairs, looks around, knuckle punches a child in the head.
Yes. That's why it never
Freaking
shows his
child at
face.
the bottom of the stairs. But then when it zooms in on the actual punch, it looked like an adult person's head.
That's because it's a fake head. It
But
wasn't
the
even real.
person standing there was a child.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just goes right back up the stairs.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I do like he tries throwing money down to see if the zombies will take. Yeah. And then the zombies end up catching him. They rip him apart. Porno stash, 70s guy out. Next, Piper finds Hacksaw. It's a really touching scene. He's pretty upset about this. Piper's giving it his all, dude. I feel like they gave...
I think because Hacksaw was eating a hand.
Yeah.
Called the Hacksaw Jim Zombie.
I do have to say, like, at this point, I'm like sitting here going, they could really give Piper like a pile of crap to act on, and he's doing a great job. I felt like out of everybody, he was the one shining out of this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, not even close.
In flashbacks of what was it? They Live.
Yeah. So he picks up Hacksaw's 2x4 and he kills Hacksaw.
Swings in the corner.
Yeah. And then when he's leaving that room, Sarah's coming down the hallway. No, sorry. He's walking down the hallway and Sarah comes out of a room and almost takes him out. So they're back together. And that's when Shane comes face to face with Billy's bro. And Shane kind of just says, like, you're sick. Like, I accidentally killed your brother and you're kill my whole family. And that's when Billy's bro realizes he's not strong enough. So he I don't even know, is this the gal that was in the suit?
Yeah.
Is this somebody else?
Ritual with?
The blonde?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, they do a ritual with her.
yeah, so they do another ritual and Piper and Sarah actually see the ritual performed.
Stan, instead of sitting there watching that, why didn't they try and get the hell out?
Yeah.
Zombies were in there too.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were all occupied, and here they're watching.
And then randomly, like, the next scene, they're all just outside. Like,
Somehow they all got outside.
yeah,
They're heading towards the exit. Piper and Sarah were, and then that's when Piper yells at the dude.
oh, yeah.
Basically tells him, I didn't even write down what he said because most of it was nonsense. But he basically yelled at him, and that's when the guy sicked the zombies onto them as they run out the exit door. So that's
Right.
how they get outside.
And we saw Shane leave after he gets into it with Billy's brother. Because he, like, gets through the horde of zombies and he gets outside.
He just pushed us through the exit door that's chained up.
Yeah. Yeah, he literally does.
He kicks it, he just kicks it. Right, what goes right open.
Could have just done that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
So Piper, Sarah, and Shane are all outside. The horde of zombies is kind of coming after them. Sarah and Piper fight off a horde, and I got a kick out of this. Piper actually pokes one in the eye, which is one of his classic wrestling moves. I thought that was pretty funny. So now Billy's bro, Angus, he needs more help. So he like digs down deep, and all these zombies start coming out of the ground, which they do not look like decomposed or anything. Yeah. Yeah. So then that's when Piper.
Yeah. Again, they're outside, but yet they're constantly stopping to look at stuff and talk.
Yeah.
Instead of you can see the city's right there.
It's right there, and Piper is like, he tells Sarah the shameful part is not getting knocked out. The shameful part is not getting back up.
Did you notice at this point Piper's undershirt changed?
Yeah.
It went from blue to white.
That's because later there's a clip, and I'll bet you they just mixed up the scenes. It's all the editing. Once again, it's the cut scenes. They weren't probably put together right. This end fight scene like took way too long. It went on for way too long. That's when Piper tells Sarah he's gonna try and find a path. A horde tries to take him out, but Sarah saves him, and then she gets knocked down. I thought Piper got bit right here. It looked like he got bit.
In the arm.
In the arm. Yeah.
He bit the leather jacket, dude. You can't penetrate that.
All right.
Exactly.
And then Piper pulls a crowbar out of his ass.
Yeah. And then they fight off all the zombies. And then I thought this part was hella funny. Sarah goes, "Hey, is that Shane?" And he's coming running up the path, acting like he's hitting the guys, completely missing them. Yeah, just like that. He's like running like. And like
kept running up there. Once again, now he's got blood all over his face, and then he's clean again in the next scene.
Yeah.
His blue shirt that he removed to wipe his face.
At this point, yeah, Piper has his shirt off now to wipe the blood off of his face. And Piper tells Shane, like, "I know what you did." And Piper does a really good job acting here. It's almost like he was giving this movie like everything he could, and everybody else was like phoning it in.
I'm scared.
Like Piper's making a completely different movie than everybody else.
Funny thing too, when they kept on showing like group shots of the zombies, worst zombies ever.
Yeah, their makeup, the makeup was terrible.
Stuff. And it was just like, these are the worst zombies ever.
Yes, I agree. The makeup was awful. Once again, Piper's a badass. I put good acting here. Just try and kill me now, but if I die, you're gonna die too. He's so badass. And at this point, that's when Shane's family starts to show up, the zombies, and he has to like fight them off. And he's like he's trying to get into the emotional like area that Piper's in, and he can't touch it like Piper can. Go ahead, Amber.
So I was just going to say, before that happened, I had written Piper deserves an Oscar, and literally as I wrote that, the line came out, "Shane deserves to die."
Yeah.
I wrote that down. But going on to what you're saying, this part I actually cried. I cried a little bit. It's the only thing that made me feel anything about this movie except irritation. So please continue.
So that,
Dad.
yeah, he's trying to like kill his family members, and then I do have to say, when the nephew came walking up, the way they did do it was pretty good, except for when he like actually killed him. It was pretty terrible. Like, it was not done well.
Was the girl in the purple, was that like his sister-in-law?
That's his mom. Oh yeah, the first one, he goes, "I never liked you anyways, bitch." Yeah.
Yeah, that was his sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Amber.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's funny.
So now, after he kills his nephew, that's when
Is that when the mom shows up, or did the mom show up before that?
the mom showed up. I think before that, because the nephew's the last one he kills.
Piper took out the mom.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, Piper. So
Yeah.
the mom does show up after, because he's sitting there crying, and then Piper just takes out the
When he's,
mom
like,
with a
leaning
bat.
on the fence like this for some reason.
And I might have missed something. I don't know. Did Piper just like run off and leave Shane there?
Well, he ended up with Sarah again.
Okay, so because the next thing I have is Angus chokes Shane out on the post.
Well, Sarah's fighting zombie dreads too.
Yeah.
Right. And then so when he chokes Shane out on the post, that's when the zombies kill him. Sarah starts to fight the nurse zombie and that other gal that was in the suit. Now this confused the hell out of me because
That's gonna be
Piper
right
getting his ass
down
kicked
here.
on the picnic table.
yeah, but when Sarah kills one of the girl zombies, Piper like has this realization that it's hurting Billy, and I have no idea how he would get that vibe. He just like turns around and goes, "It's hurting him. It's hurting him.
Yeah.
Kill the other bitch."
It could have been the flames and stuff that were going up in the air.
There were no flames. That was all just like us seeing Billy.
Like, smoke and whatever.
That was not Piper could not see that. That was us. We were the only ones that could see that.
I think Piper could see that.
I think Piper sees all.
So then Sarah gets bit by the nurse as she flips her over and does the tombstone pile driver on a rock to her to kill her. And supposedly that means Billy's dead. That's when Piper goes.
Billy's not dead yet.
No, he's not dead yet, but like supposedly, like that's how it seemed. And then Piper comes face to face with Angus. This fight is terrible because Piper just like literally takes his cane from him and beats the hell out of him with the cane until he dies.
Piper's wearing his blue shirt again.
Blue shirt's back on, yeah.
And then when he does that, then the devil guy burns up.
He's trying to keep up with the guy on Lamageddon on the shirt changes.
And you see the one guy had the red eyes. One of the zombies had red eyes.
Yeah, so well, and then after he kills Angus, all the zombies just like drop dead, and we see Billy like burning up again. So we're led to believe that Billy's finally gone. And then we get the epic hero shot of Piper and Sarah standing in front of an American flag.
Yeah, their flag scene.
And then they kiss, and that's the end of the movie.
She's okay somehow.
Creepy
right?
grandpa.
But how is Sarah okay after being hit?
Because you couldn't become a zombie anymore.
Because what?
She couldn't become a zombie anymore.
Oh, because that what's his name got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all those people didn't stop being zombies. They died.
Right,
Yeah.
they all died, but she lived.
It's because she wasn't a zombie. She hadn't transformed yet.
Okay.
Yeah, she
All
was
right.
seconds away, guys.
I think you'd still bleed out from having your neck ripped open.
So,
Not Sarah. She's a badass.
guys, we had an opinion about this movie, but we weren't the only ones. So,
Oh my
let's start with some 1-star reviews listed on Amazon here. We got Bernie46. Terrible. Only for hardcore wrestling fans. Yuck. This movie is about as bad as they come. Some hardcore wrestling fans might tolerate it. I like Rowdy Piper as an actor, but not this time.
He was great. He was the only good thing about it.
1 star.
One star. That's awesome.
Got another one. 1-star review. Buff Daddy Bill. With a title like Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, I knew going in what to expect, but this was even still a little disappointing. The wrestlers did fine. The writing and plot left a lot to be desired. Like, why were the zombies performing wrestling moves instead of eating the people? The concept was cool, but the execution was poor. Can't recommend, even to wrestling fans like myself. 1 star.
Poor neckbeard.
Is there a 5-star?
An Amazon customer who is remaining nameless.
Jack called it in.
No, it was not me. It was not me. Sick. I liked the American flag at the end. I also liked the plot. Nice work. 5 stars.
Oh my God.
And just so you know, that's the only 5-star review on this movie.
That guy had no clue.
All right, guys, let's pro wrestlers versus zombies here. Let's see what our star rankings are.
Ooh. Well, one thing I would like to say too is that they had hundreds of zombie extras.
That's true.
Hundreds. When it, at the end, if you watch the end and it's zombie extras, that thing went on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, there were literally hundreds and hundreds of extras, and it was all families. You see like 5 or 6 people with the same last name. They had them all in there. Yeah,
I saw one where it was like a dad holding his little kid's hand when they're chasing them like through the park.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were the worst zombies ever.
All right, so Chris Martin, let's start with you today. How many stars?
0.5.
Wow. Wow. Piper didn't even get it to 1 for you?
Just as a wrestling fan alone, they got 0.5.
Okay. The coconut spot would have given me a 0.5.
It was terrible. I mean, I was expecting, all right, I was like, yeah, I was on board for this. I was like, this is going to be a great movie. I didn't want to watch it. I don't ever want to watch it again. It was terrible.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to 1. And the only reason I'm giving it 1 was because of Roddy. Piper was great.
Piper was great in this movie.
Other than that, I actually expected it to be. I didn't expect these guys to immediately show up and then get bitten right away. I figured that the wrestlers would actually do something to try and resolve what was going on, but they all got bit. Except for Piper was the only one. Hey, what the heck happened to Shane?
He got eaten, and then they killed everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's when the guy got drilled. Okay, but yeah, no, that's a 1 star for me. That was
Yeah,
one.
I know.
Amber.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I think 1.5 because, as mentioned before, Roddy Piper gave a stellar performance. He deserves an Oscar, and just all of the
Wow.
all of the quirky, funny, random stuff. I can't get over Matt Hardy trying to get laid the entire first half of the movie. That was hilarious. And Hacksaw with his 2x4. You know, just the funny quirky stuff I felt made it entertaining, but it was long, and I thought the movie could have ended in half the time. Felt like they kind of dragged it out, but I can't say I hated it, so I'm gonna give it. You hated it too? Here, you say I hated it.
I hate it.
Just so everybody knows, he did not watch this movie. Just
You
so
did not watch
everybody
this
knows.
movie?
That star ranking doesn't count.
You gotta watch it.
Bub, bail me out, bro. Bail me out.
You know what? I'm on the fence between 2 numbers, so I'm gonna go down the middle on it. I'm gonna give it a 0.75.
Wow. Wow.
This was by far one of the worst things I've seen.
Just in general?
Yes, probably in general, because usually, the sad part is, it could have been in that realm of being bad and good because, like, of the wrestlers, but they did not take advantage of that at all. Like, there should have been tons of, like, one-liners and stuff that they all got to do, but it was like they tried to play more of the serious note with them, and it was just so bad. Like, I wanted some more goofiness out of it, but we didn't even get that. I mean, yeah, it was, no.
Actually, more wrestling stuff would have made it a better movie if they would have let the guys be wrestlers instead of trying to be actors.
Yeah.
Great slapstick stuff. with ring stuff instead of, you know.
We are.
Honestly, I literally did not laugh once or really find myself enjoying this at all.
I'm gonna go right with Dad and give it 1 star, basically just because of Piper. I thought he was in a different movie than everybody else. Like, he was acting his ass off in this movie. Um,
He was selling the drama, like the drama version of this.
yes.
Very dramatic version.
He had tears in his eyes at one point.
He did have tears, real tears.
I want to tack on kind of like what Bub said, but it's going to jump into our next segment is I think that this would have been more suited for like a Zombieland type scenario where you embrace the comedy aspect of it. The one-liners I think would have been great. I truly believe if WWE did a movie like this exact same movie, but you bring in like a fresh group of people, like, could you imagine the New Day in like this movie would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
They would
Throwing
just
pancakes at the zombie.
yes, like they would be poking fun. Yeah, like Brock could almost play like the Kurt Angle type role where he's the big guy that they bring in to like really like be like a key player.
Will Smith, don't forget about him.
Yeah.
That segment's gone. We're not doing the Will Smith segment anymore. We got bad feedback.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. You stay away from that.
What do you guys think? I think a bigger budget would really help this out, to be honest. I think you bring in like the current stars, like an AJ Styles would be great in something like this. The Undertaker could be like almost like one of those like the Billy's brother type person. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
he could have been one of the guys that really takes out a lot of the zombies.
That's true too. I'm gonna kind of step away from like our main idea of like the same story because I think if they brought in WWE superstars and upped the budget, I think that it would be a way more entertaining film. That's what I think. And I say WWE because the AEW guys I don't think could do what I think WWE could do with this.
Like, even if there was a scene where like a zombie had like one of them down fighting him, and a ref like came sliding up to him, and the guy started tapping, like
yeah, like stuff like that, like slapstick stuff. I think. Here's the thing: is this almost made me want to watch that movie. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a Halloween special that WWE did where the New Day goes to Undertaker's house. And they have to escape Undertaker's house is the name of the movie.
God. See, that would have worked better than this movie.
That's what I mean. Like, I just think of New Day would have really made this kind of movie be a lot better. And you bring in like Randy Orton, who could be like a bigger player. I mean, WWE would be able to do this for what it needed to be done. So right. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. Cena and The Rock would not be a part of this.
Yeah. No, I agree that they definitely, with a bigger budget, better cast, they could have made it into something.
Yes.
Can you imagine Dan Housen in this film?
Oh, man.
And Darby.
And Hook?
And Hook!
go AEW with it.
The zombies
Yeah,
been
that's
dead.
what I'm thinking.
Even bring back Matt for it. He could be like, I think I've been through something like this before.
That'd be great.
Awesome.
I see Danhausen trying to curse the zombies. Make him Billy's brother.
They go to that music chapel room, and Matt Hardy's in there pulling up his pants like, how long have I been in here?
He could have just delete.
All right, guys. So
a lot of the cuts were just so unforgiving.
Yeah, the cuts were pretty bad. All right, so our next movie is picked by the Halloween guy over here. He has, and guys, I'm just giving everybody a heads up. This is one that we are gonna have to pay for. We're gonna have to rent on Amazon. It's $2.99 if you want to, watch it and then listen to our episode. You can rent it on Amazon, $2.99. There's nothing wrong with contributing. We've been lucky enough that a lot of them have been free, and we don't mind contributing every once in a while. So
$9.99 for Love Object.
the movie that the Halloween guy has picked is called Aqua Slash.
Oh my god.
Flash.
To celebrate their graduation, the teenagers from Valley Hills High School have organized an 80s themed party in an old water park. Things go gruesome when it turns out that a mysterious maniac has inserted giant razor blades into the water slides. The Wet Valley Water Park thus becomes the backdrop for a bloodbath, literally, and everyone is a suspect.
Wow.
Dun dun dun!
That sounds pretty good. Oh crap! I just got drilled. Wow, yeah, that sounds good, bub. Can't wait.
Aqua Slash. It does sound good.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode and helping us battle evil. And join us next week when we take on Aqua Slash. We're going to be wearing our swim trunks and Hawaiian shirts and some shades. So put on your suntan lotion, everybody. It's going to get wet and wild. So, guys, if you just want to, help us battle evil on a little bit more platforms, you can check us out on the Twitter at Nerdz vs. Evil. If you have any suggestions, you can DM us or comments, concerns. And you can also check us out on the TikTok at Nerdz vs. Evil. If you just can't get enough of Amber and myself, we have a YouTube channel where we go and do theme park reviews. That's at Fat Pass.
There you go.
Yes, those are the episodes where we eat food.
I know we're overweight, but God.
It's Fast Pass with us. Except on the episodes we eat. I guess we're going to be calling it Fat Pass.
Good Lord.
Guys, we're out. We're out. Have a good night, everybody. We ain't going to top that. Thanks for joining us in our battle against evil.